What's up, everyone? As you may be able to tell, I'm currently camping. It's 8:30 at night though, and my day started at 5:15. So let's get caught up. I started off the day at Tsali Trail System. I did the IMBA Epic Loop, which is the left loop and right loop combined. It should have been 24 miles, but my watch recorded 25.3, so very long day for me. 2 weeks ago, I had my longest bike ride ever, which was like 18.4 in a day, or 18.5. Yeah, so today was significantly longer. So as long as it doesn't storm tomorrow, which is looking good so far, I should be paddleboarding on that lake tomorrow. Be way down that way. Alright, so I just finished the left loop. Now we'll start on the right loop. So I have a huge salad waiting for me in my cooler when I get to camp, and it sounds so good right now. So this is the overlook. I feel like the one on the left loop is a bit better. And then once riding was done for the day, I went over to my campsite, checked in, and got camp all set up. I love this site so much. There's a bunch of moss on the ground, so it's super soft to walk around barefoot, and it's right up against the creek, so I get to listen to this all night. So here's the campsite more or less set up. I got my tent right by the creek, which is awesome. And there's a picnic table, a little fire ring, and I got my chair set up. Fire pit has, I think, the biggest pile of charcoal that I've ever seen in my life. Like, that whole middle part is just filled. But it's a really nice site. The only thing is I don't believe there's two trees that are close enough that I can hang up my hammock. I might look into that a little bit later tonight. But that's the only thing I would change. My ideal salad is just some greens piled with a ton of fruit on top. So this has mixed greens, cucumbers, mango, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, walnuts, pepitas, dried cherries, and I think that's everything. So it occurred to me after I made this that I have recovery drinks, like powdered recovery drinks in the car. That probably would have been a more nutritious choice. But I've had this for a while, yet it's still good for a couple more years. So I figured now would be a good time to add it. Hopefully it's good. Tastes like pudding. So this is the view from my tent. Alright, I was able to get my hammock set up too, using a tree and the picnic table. It's pretty low, like my feet are touching the ground right now, but it works. So like I mentioned, it's 8:30 now. I considered making a campfire, but I'm pretty tired, so I might just lay down once it gets dark. I'm also a bit sore. It just makes me kind of nervous. My shoulders are really sore, and I have like a 8 or 9 mile paddleboard trip planned for tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. So the original plan for today was to wake up semi-early, do a long paddleboarding trip, and then do some hiking with whatever time I had left. But when I woke up, it was still a little chilly out. It's like probably mid to high 50s. So I slept in a little more, and I'm going to do a short hike, probably about a mile. And then I'll probably go paddleboarding after. Hopefully by then it'll be decently warm. So that's what it used to look like. That's what I'm gonna go see now. More ruins, more walls that have fallen. So dinner tonight is fruit salad, and then I might end up having that recovery drink I mentioned last night. Alright, so I just checked the weather, and there's between a 40 and 80% chance of rain between like 5 a.m. and 7 p.m. tomorrow. So no mountain biking like I'd planned. I'll probably end up picking some hikes to do. I don't prefer hiking in the rain, but it's not terrible. So like I mentioned yesterday, the original plan for today was to go mountain biking. I don't know if you can hear that, but it has started raining. Not super hard yet, but noticeably. So say now I have two options. I can either go for a hike or I can hang out in my tent all day. The rain's cold right now, so the tent sounds good right now, but I'm certain I'd get bored if I just stayed in here all day. I'm totally fine with rain. Like, if it starts once I'm already started hiking or running, like, that's fine. But I hate getting started in the rain. Also, like, I don't have any of my running stuff together because I was going to go hiking today. Probably should have got it together last night, but yeah, so I still have to get all my running stuff together, which means just, like, standing out in the rain. I don't really want to spend the entire day in the rain, especially because it's, like, kind of chilly. But I feel like if I don't do anything today, then it's, like, a waste of a camping day. There's only so many days a year that I can go camping because, you know, limited PTO and all that. So, we'll see. So I ended up coming to Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It's raining slightly less than it was at camp, which is nice. Still a little windy and chilly though. So this tunnel is actually related to the town of Proctor that we saw yesterday. So this is considered the road to nowhere. They started building the road as an agreement when they built the dam. It cut off the town of Proctor's access to basically everywhere. They had one main road out of town, and flooding the dam, or building the dam and flooding the area got rid of that. So they built this road so they would still have access, but this road never got finished. So it's the road to nowhere. So tomorrow, I'm gonna get my first taste of Whitewater. I have a guided ducky trip booked, which, if you don't know, a ducky is like an inflatable kayak. So I'm mainly excited for that, but a little nervous, just because I've never been in Whitewater before. It's mainly class 2 with one class 3 rapid at the end. But I keep stopping and looking at this river and all the rapids, and they're like, yeah, I think I could paddle that, or no, I don't. So we'll see how it goes. I watched a bit of a video on it, someone else who did the non-guided version. They just rented the duckies, and most of it looked doable. Like, I feel like I could handle it with my current somewhat paddling level. I've done some flat water kayaking, but it looked manageable. The only thing I'm really nervous about is the class 3 rapid at the end. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna get lucky or not. It's pretty cloudy right now, but it hasn't started raining yet, so hopefully. So I got a pie iron calzone for dinner. Probably have more too, but first dinner. It has started sprinkling again, but not enough for me to get out of my hammock. I did make a fire for dinner and then I let it go out, and I was gonna make another fire tonight, but I'm not sure. I think everything might be too wet now. Alright, so remember when I was hiking, I was talking about doing my first whitewater trip tomorrow? was supposed to be a guided trip because I've never been on Whitewater. And I just got a text through Wi-Fi from the company asking me to call, but I can't call because I don't have service. And I tried to text back again through Wi-Fi, but it wouldn't go through. So I messaged my boyfriend through Wi-Fi, and he called. And basically, I'm the only one that has a spot reserved for tomorrow right now. And if they don't have someone else sign up, then they're not going to do a guided trip. But they said I could still rent. So now, I don't think there's a very good chance someone's gonna book between like 6 p.m. tonight and noon tomorrow. So now I gotta decide if I want to do that by myself or not. So I've never had buckwheat before, so I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but the blueberries smell really good, and I was mixing it up, so we'll see. Pop. Got a lot of blueberry loss in there, that's good. Good. It is alive because it was moving earlier. It's just cold out right now. Alright, so I did get a text this morning saying that the guided ducky trip is on. So either someone else did book or they found a guide willing to guide just one person. So I'll see when we get there. But the trip's not till a little bit later. And instead of sitting around the campground all morning, I decided to go a little bit out of the way for a short waterfall hike. But there was construction and bad GPS directions. So I'm a little later than I want to be. I think I still have plenty of time for the hike because it's only like a quarter mile or half a mile or something like that. So it should be fine. But I wanted to give myself a little more time just to get there, get to the ducky place on time. But I got to a turn and like my GPS told me to turn, and I turned, and as soon as I did, it said, no access to Mingo Falls, your GPS is wrong. Like, okay. But luckily there were signs from there. I did like a U-turn, and then I saw Mingo Falls 1.7 miles this way, and then another sign eventually that said Mingo Falls next right. So luckily there are signs to direct you here. But let's go check it out. Very popular spot. So I'm not sure where the trail used to go, but it's unfortunate that it's closed now. Not that I really have time to go that far today anyway.
This map is called Entrance Exam.
Okay.
And you're going to go in between the shore and in between the rock.
Okay. that was so much fun. I'm definitely glad I had a guide. I'd say it's somewhere similar to like mountain biking down a trail that's like at your max level that you've never been on before. It's nice to have someone to like tow you in and show you what the right line is and warn you like, hey, this is coming up, watch out for this. So I'm glad they were able to find me a guide. It was just me, a guide, and then another girl who works here. I don't know if she's training or if she was there to sweep, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to be always adventuring.